little bit nervous. Hello, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back if you've seen me before, and if you haven't, my name's Freya. It's lovely to meet you. So, 2022 overall was a really beautiful year for me. And overall, as my constant state of being, I think that I really felt a lot of love. Without further ado, let me read to you the 22 things that I learnt in 2022. I learnt the value and importance of friendship. I am surrounded by the most incredible community of women, and it's something I never thought that I'd get in my life. The people in my life are such fucking good value. It blows my mind. I'm so grateful. Also witnessing other people in my life not have support, it's really brought into perspective how blessed and how lucky I am. You are never the same person twice. A little poem that I actually wrote about this. One of my favorite things about being human is that I'll never truly know myself. I'm a different person in every moment. I love that I'm in a constant state of exploration and evolution, a constant inconsistency, a breathing, walking oxymoron. I'm a relentless fierceness, a strength, a fearless woman. I'm a soft, flighty, tender thing. I'm a curious soul, a wild soul, a mutable and changeable one. I'm a shapeshifter, a chameleon. A box will never move quickly enough to entrap me. There's no pinning me down. I call all versions of me home. What a beautiful thing to look forward to, meeting all the new versions of me who are yet to come to be. I really love that we go through different phases in life and we live through many different lives in the one life. I'm really fascinated by that. This lesson was basically that relationships require mutual work and effort. They require nurturance, care, and love. Love needs to be flowing both ways. When you are the only person supporting someone, you end up becoming their punching bag. That if I was in the same situation again, I probably wouldn't abandon them. However, I would adjust the framework so that I wasn't abandoning myself in different moments. Communication is the key to connection and understanding. I feel like I have been working on my communication styles for many years. However, this year has really taught me how deeply important it is to continuously make the effort to communicate well and to ensure that even in the heat of the moment when things are feeling extremely turbulent, that you come to that center, that you connect to yourself and you say, okay, well, what's the crux of what I'm feeling? What am I actually feeling? And being able to communicate that with them. Adversely, if you don't communicate, this year for me, I'll clarify, led to resentment and led to guilt and led to shame. And I think that at all times, our authenticity and our honesty is the greatest gift that we can give to another person. It's respectful to both yourself and to them. Lying and failing to communicate clearly is not a pleasant feeling for either party, except when things can no longer change and have the courage to let it go. The only person that's going to be able to be there for you all the time is yourself. So it's imperative to develop a good relationship with yourself. This may seem individualistic to some, but what I'm saying is that you can't rely on someone all the time to be there for you because every single person's on their own journey. Trust in myself and my abilities. I feel like this has been a very steady learning from the past few years actually, but I feel like this lesson has been reflected in a lot of different areas this year for me. So trusting in my creative abilities, I launched a business this year, trust in my abilities to overcome hardship, and I just feel like I've developed a much stronger relationship of trust with myself where I'm able to meet challenges and face challenges and have the confidence that I'm going to be able to follow through with them. I am a deeply creative person. This year has been a super creative year for me, particularly in the realm of video. I, as I said before, launched my videography business, Hazley Film. If you want to follow it, it's on the screen. I've so enjoyed doing that, and I've just noticed myself throughout this entire year being inspired constantly. And it's been really fun and funny to watch the way that I create and watch how dynamic it is. It's also been really valuable to learn that I create in that way, because it's also encouraged me to continue to create without borders and to not focus all my creative energy on just one avenue, because as soon as I do that, I get bored of it and I think to myself, why aren't I creative? I swear I'm a creative person, but I'm just bored. Self-responsibility, accountability, and the ability to recognize yourself from a space of neutrality is the key to being your favorite version of yourself. I'm a slut for accountability. I think it is such an emotionally mature quality. You don't choose what life brings to you, but you choose how you filter those experiences and put them back into the world. Does that make sense? Beauty can always be found in the smaller moments. I feel like my whole life I've really developed a practice of looking in the microcosm, looking in the smallest aspects of life and finding the beauty and the magic there. Have you ever looked at insects? Have you ever looked at insects? They are so crazy. It's like an alien world, right? And I am just so excited looking at bugs all the time. And there's so much beauty and so much awe to be found there. In every moment, there's depth, there's a lesson, and there's presence. I really love the idea that there's a lesson in every moment, and I really feel like there is. In some moments the lesson is presence, in some moments the lesson is rest, and I feel like in every moment there is a teaching, and I feel like through the lens of that concept, our whole life is our guru, just our ability to experience and to have a perspective. I don't know, I feel like there's an opportunity to learn and to be curious and to experience depth and beauty and presence in every single moment, and I am really excited by that. This year I've been learning that I am in relationship with the earth. I already knew this, but I found a great vocabulary and framework to deepen that connection. So Braiding Sweetgrass has been a book that I've read that I really loved. I really resonated with as well. As soon as I was reading it, I was like, someone's put words to it. Oh my God. I learnt to surf this year.
The 411 is we have become extraordinary surfers simply from sitting here and looking cute.
So when I was surfing the year before, oh my God, it f***ing terrified me. About everything. About people looking at me, about the water, about not knowing what's underneath me, about sharks, so many different things. And I've really felt that soften, which was a big intention of mine actually at the start of the year. Embracing the cringe will set you free. Allowing yourself to be your full self regardless of whatever the fuck any imagined person's going to think is the most liberating shit you'll ever do in your life. Highly recommend it. This year has taught me a lot about how to show up for myself and for others with respect, with compassion, and with empathy, even when it's fucking hard. The end of my relationships has been immeasurably hard. I think I've learnt that it's important to continuously check in with yourself and be real to yourself and ask yourself, do the actions of this person align with the vision that I have of them in my head? Because when you believe illusions, you are lying to yourself. And when you're lying to yourself, you're not treating yourself with respect. Silly me, I forgot the most important lesson. Heartbreak is a portal into a brand new life, a brand new sense of self, and into alignment. My sensitivity is my superpower. I am one of my favorite versions of myself when I'm in nature or on the road. I've done a lot of traveling this year. All of it pretty much has been on the road. I've done lots of different road trips. I think I've done 3 or 4. And every time, just the experience of being on the road, not having a mirror, not having a shower, not knowing where you're going to sleep that night, rocking up, being mind blown, being the only person there, and even the harder moments like when you don't know where the hell you can go to the toilet, having to dig a little hole. Relearnt, because I already knew this, the importance of being in touch with your inner mother. So the inner mother inside me is an archetype that is able to hold me, that is able to reassure me, that is able to tell me that everything's going to be okay, and also explain things to me. So quite often when I'm hurt and triggered, I go into a place of confusion, deep sadness and grief. And in those moments, I'll hold myself and I'll say, "It's okay, baby girl. Like, I know, I'm so sorry that it's hurt you. But I want you to know that I've got you and that you're going to be okay through all of this." Something along the lines of that. Oh my God. Inner mother is the shit. Like, seriously, it helps me so much. So I've always had that, but I feel like this year, the connection and the vocabulary and the ability to access her has just been so instant. I have learned how to be in lightness during chaos, how to choose joy, how to focus on what really matters. This wasn't a matter of bypassing my feelings. It was a matter of learning to lean on the areas of my life that bring me joy, rather than to lean into the victimhood and to lean into the areas of my life that felt really turbulent. Learned that even during challenging times, there's joy. Joy and pleasure is around us constantly. We may not have the ability to access it. I continued to ask myself, okay, well, what brings me pleasure in this moment? And I wasn't by any means ignoring the feelings that I was feeling, because I was feeling them, ma'am. I was feeling them the whole year. Okay, well, that's we're aware that that's fucked. But what about my life is in alignment? What about my life does bring me pleasure, does bring me joy? And it's been really beautiful to be able to, focus on that. Your hard work always pays off. This year, I have done no work, no work on my trauma. I haven't needed to. It's gone poof, it's gone. It's nuts. And I really wanted to include this in this video because it deeply excites me. This year, I'm not tethered to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've done the work. That's not to say that it doesn't come up, but I feel like I've not had to really work and really struggle. I hope that this video has brought some value or gifted you something. I might be on YouTube again in the future. I might not be. I will say that I'm feeling incredibly inspired to create on this platform in this way, so it is likely.
Well, that's my life. Thank you so much for spending time with me.
I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did.